Live now to mayoral candidate Josh Matlow. He's discussing his vision for transit in Scarborough this morning. Live at Kennedy Station for this announcement. We'll listen in live.
Previous administration. These wait times have a dramatic impact on people's lives, and that's not good enough for Scarborough. But we're not stopping at public transit. Scarborough residents have also been asking for more ways to get around, through bicycling, through walking, through natural trails. And Scarborough is blessed with some of the greatest green space in our entire city. We're going to be moving forward with an elevated High Line, the Scarborough High Line, a destination that includes green walking and cycling, modeled after the High Line in New York City. That's going to be just north of Ellesmere. We're going to be moving forward along the rapid busway to have a busway trail that will be a multi-purpose transportation network, buses, walking, bicycling, various and different ways, many options for Scarborough residents to get around and go from where they are in Scarborough to where they need to go. We're also going to move forward with the West Scarborough Rail Trail. This is adjacent to the existing Bloor-Danforth subway line between Victoria Park and Kennedy Station. This is similar to the West Toronto rail path. Scarborough residents, including those in the Scarborough Junction around Birchmount, have been asking for this for years. Their councillors and the previous administrations never acted on it. I'm going to get it done. And we're going to connect it all to the 16-kilometer Meadowway. This will transform a hydro corridor in Scarborough into a vibrant stretch of urban green space, meadowlands, that will become one of Canada's greatest linear parks. Scarborough residents, with our Scarborough Moves plan, will be able to get to where they are, to where they need to go in a reliable way, by transit, by bike, by walking, and most importantly, this will focus on giving them the respect that they deserve finally, and ensure that we are easing congestion on all Scarborough residents. Every single morning and every single evening, Scarborough residents are stuck in their car, in gridlock, in traffic, and that affects their quality of life. Scarborough Moves network will not only improve their quality of life, but ensure that everyone in Scarborough can get around once and for all and get the respect that they deserve. I believe that anyone running for mayor, when we make announcements about what we're going to do to support the lives of the residents of Toronto, can only earn the trust of the electors if we can demonstrate how we're going to pay for what we announce. I can. And as you'll see in the background that we've provided you, we have a thoughtful, realistic, and pragmatic plan that's fully funded for what Toronto needs to put in toward this plan. But as far as, so we are funding the trails. We're funding 50% of the new transit lines. But I am asking the federal government and the provincial government to put 25% in each, because realistically, major transit infrastructure projects should not rest on municipalities alone to fund. We want the province, thank you. I'm asking the province and the federal government to support these plans, because our Scarborough Moves network is a plan that's evidence-based, that's supported by council, that can move forward if we fund it. It may be one of the first transit plans in Toronto that was not written on the back of a napkin. But we are going to clean up the mess that was left. We're going to move forward with these plans in partnership with the federal and provincial governments. And why should the federal and provincial governments step up to the plate? Because this isn't a plan that I'm asking for. This isn't a plan that council is asking for alone. This is a plan that Scarborough residents have been asking for far too many years. They've been neglected, they've been ignored, they've been disrespected, and now it's time to move forward with the plan for Scarborough, by Scarborough, to support the residents of Scarborough. Thank you very much. And I'm happy to take your questions.
Josh, obviously some of this has been planned, been discussed. What's different about, aside from the trails, obviously, essentially is this you bringing it all together as one?
Yeah.
Or
so So the big difference between this plan and any other plan is that I didn't just make it up to win an election. I'm offering a plan, Scarborough Moves Network, that is a combination of proven, evidence-based transit lines and active trails that Scarborough residents and political bodies have supported for a long time. But they haven't been realized. They haven't been funded, but they've been promised for many years. I'm putting it together in a way that actually works. It connects for Scarborough residents, and it ensures that there are real, pragmatic ways to fund them. And as you know, there have been delays for many years on some of these plans. And the reason for these delays is that plans keep changing over and over and over again. You may remember when Rob Ford scrapped Transit City, and then John Tory scrapped a 3-stop subway for a 1-stop subway, and then went back to a 3-stop subway. The province has already announced the extension of the Shepherd subway to McCowan. We're not going to be changing or reversing or scrapping things for elections. We're moving forward with an evidence-based plan to expand transit, expand trails, and have a real way to pay for it so that Scarborough residents can finally have a better quality of life and get out of gridlock and traffic.